Order up!
Today we're going to review the PX-516. Let's do this. Available on wheat or rye. This is the PX-516 LED flashlight. At first I thought it was the LPX, but that's apparently not an L, so it's PX. You can get this online for about $4 or $5. It runs on a single AA battery. A lot of the posts that I'm reading from BLF are recommending the 14500 lithium ion battery for this light. So apparently the driver can handle it, and the LED can handle it as well. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at getting one of these. You might want to consider going ahead and getting the lithium ion batteries. 140 lumens on high is what it's pushing out. A lot of the posts that I read were anywhere from 200 to 600 lumens. That's not what I'm getting out of this at all. However, I'm not using the lithium ion batteries. I don't think it's going to make it that much brighter, but it probably does make it just a little bit brighter. Like I said, 140 lumens on high. This light does have 3 modes: high, low, and strobe. There is absolutely no memory to this light. It doesn't start up on any type of mode. It just basically whatever the next to the last mode you left off on. I don't really care for that, but it is what it is. If that's a deal breaker, I understand that. Got about 2 to 2.5 hours of run time on high. I have not had a chance to test any of the other run times. I just haven't got around to it. It's fairly expensive to stick batteries in these things and just wait for them to go out, so I haven't done it. I did it on high. You'll get about 2.5 hours, maybe a little bit more, but not much. The range on this light, I'm gonna say 75 to 100 meters. I'm gonna lean more towards 75 to 80 meters on this. It's not too much of a thrower. There's a good amount of light coming out here. And it's somewhat concentrated. For in the house, this would be perfect, but outside, things like that, I'm not 100% sure on that. Not a great distance light or anything like that. It does have a glow-in-the-dark tail cap switch, and if you flip it over here, you got a glow-in-the-dark O-ring. The lens there is, I don't know why this won't focus. The lens there is plastic, and the reflector is also plastic. It does make a really lightweight single AA light, but not a lot of quality there. Like I said, it's all plastic. Some things that I do like are the clip. It's very unique. I like it. You can remove it if you don't want it. The way they designed it, I really like it. It's light, it's thin, it seems to stay on there very well. I haven't seen a clip like that before, and I do like that. The other thing is, there's just a mean looking tip on this thing. It's very sharp, and granted this light is very small. You could do some good damage with it if you wanted to. So that's kind of neat. Some issues I did have. When you take this tail cap switch off, and I'm sure this was just this light, some quality control issues, probably not every single light, but when you remove this tail cap switch, the contact post on the battery, or for the battery, it was a little long, and by a little long I mean it was about a ½ inch too long. I actually had to get some wire snips and snip that off and round it back out. Not a big deal, but that's just one of those things I wanted to point out. So, not sure if I mentioned, I believe this thing has a Cree R5 LED. And let's go ahead and dim the lights, and I'll show you what this thing can do. Alright, so that wall there is about 10 foot away. As you can see, that's 140 lumens. That's on high. There's a little bit more spill than the camera's picking up. There's low, and there's strobe. I think you get the idea. Let's go ahead and head to the hallway. This is going to be about 30 foot. That wall back there is about 30 foot away. Once again, the spill in this light, the camera's not picking it up too well. I know you can see it out to here, but it is just a little bit brighter to the human eye. Not much, but it's worth mentioning. There's strobe. Back to high. That is pretty much it. This is a great little light for EDC, also something to keep by your bed in the house, something like that. I do recommend it for that. Probably not much of a thrower. I don't think I would be using this in any kind of search and rescue missions or anything like that, but still a good little light to have around. So this has been my review of the PX-516, and I hope you found it useful. And if you got any questions or comments, just let me know.